Every minute you stay here, your life is in danger. Leave now. I'll go with you. This is a madman's house. And those are real, authentic Ben-Day dots. January the 30th. It's time once again for... Welcome back to the show. It's time for the Comics Coffee Table. Our coffee table. Yeah. Where we meet once a day to talk about comic books. We're going to leave the world behind. We're going to bring a cup of whatever it is you're shoving under your nose. We're going to pull up a chair. We're going to say, hey, how you doing? How's your day? Oh, geez, that sounds like awful. Well, you know what? Keep going. And then, hey, what you reading? What you got there? What's on that stack of comic books that we got on our coffee table today? That's good. The coffee table has always been the place where me and my friends would congregate. We would hang out. We would, it was almost 30 years ago, we would chain smoke cigarettes and stay up all night and drink beer and just shoot the shit. And there would always be, and for years we would do that. It was great. And there would always be stacks of movies and stacks of music and stacks of books, stacks of comic books, and we would always be suggesting other things and shoving titles underneath each other's noses. What's this thing he's got with shoving things under people's noses? Put this cuppa under your nose. A mug for your mug. This year, last year, we did this. We did the Golden Age of DC Comics, a 365 days hardcover coffee table book. It was given to me about 2 decades ago by one of my best friends. And it's been surfing, literally, our coffee table ever since. And it provided us, literally, with a whole year's worth of comic book shop-style conversations. And that's our intention here. That's what we want to do. That's like our thing. We talk about comic books. We want to embrace escapism. We want to forget the world's problems just for a few minutes in our day and talk about and remember the things that matter the most. And that's what brought us all together in the first place, our comic books. It is January the 30th. And I was doing a January recap. We did a cold open with the page. We would read the blurb. We would open this book up to today's date, January the 30th. We would look at some comic book art of an antediluvian age. We would read the blurb and then would proceed to talk about comic books. And then I'd do something bold like, and we're going to talk about comic books every day for the rest of the year. And we still are, and we're still going to. So to come aboard, there's room for everyone here at the coffee table. Pull up a chair. Subscribe. If you haven't subscribed yet, now is a great time to hit that button, ring that bell, and turn on those notifications. Be part of the conversation. You are welcome here. Let's read the blurb real quick. But I did this all last year. I thought it would make great content. The show really caught on at the end of the year. So at the beginning of the year, I'm quite convinced that most people may have missed today's page. I might have empirical data to support my supposition and claim. On January 30th, 2022, last year, I did a 6-minute, 24-second long video that got, wait, 1 view. Seriously, that was me, or rather Pika. Pika, the executive producer who double checks all of our work and makes our show notes. We use show notes here. We're quasi-professional operation. It's story and art by Ed Winiarski from Adventure Comics, issue number 43, October of 1939. In the desperate struggle to provide material for the inexorable machine of a monthly comic book, writers might look anywhere. In this tale, Captain Desmo visits an island where a deranged count goes out hunting for human prey. The obvious inspiration was Richard Connell's famous short story, The Most Dangerous Game, which has been made into at least 4 films and imitated in dozens of television episodes. At least DC had the decency to add some pygmy cannibals? Holy problematic, Batman! Yeah, no wonder why we got 1 view last week. But yeah, I mean, I just want to say for a second, yeah, look at that. That's Superman. And, darn. Damn that river. I believe them bones. Cover, art by Joe Shuster from Action Comics, issue number 20, January of 1940. Let's remember this. Look at those. Those are Ben Day dots, invented by Dr. Benjamin Day. These little dots could be filled with spaced out to give the illusion of color when looked at it from, if you look at it too closely, all you see are dots. If you look at it like at the typical, we don't see normal anymore. But if you look at it from a typical distance, I guess, whichever the range of typicity is, I don't know, unless 20/20 vision is harmful, you'd see colors, you'd see shape and form, and that was cyan, yellow, magenta. I have artist friends to ask these important questions to. But Ben Ray dots, that's how they would make color and shading and shadow. It's used today as a digital effect, and I see it in comic books, and I always roll my eyes, and I'm like, why? Is this some nostalgia points or something? But this season, we are using these 2 books instead. If you would like, there are links to all 3 and more of these books in the description. There's a link to its Amazon page. You can get your own copy. I like pimping in this book. This is a joy. This is a 2004 Abrams press. This is written and curated by Les Daniels, Chip Kidd, and photographs by Jeff Spear. And this is a trusty companion. It's a great source of conversation. This would look great on your coffee table. You can play along at home and make your own video series with your own conversation. I want to hear from you. Seriously. That would be great. And my parents bought these for me for Christmas last year. Yeah, and so we're using these 2 books to reevaluate my comic book collection. It's going to be fun. So we're using the Overstreet Comic Books Price Guide, the 52nd edition, most current. This is only the 2nd time I bought one, 2nd year in a row, because I've realized how valuable this is as being a comic book collector. It really is. This is great. This is a 2001 edition, the Overstreet Guide to Grading Comics. We're going to rebag, reboard, and rebox my entire collection. Why? Because it needs it. It just does. I have long boxes downstairs in my basement that they've done their job. They have protected my comic books. They need to be retired. While I got these long boxes up and at them, they are very heavy. So I am getting short boxes instead and making that load a little lighter. But yeah, these 2 books are going to be the, if you want to get your own copies, you can play along at home. Thank you, Mom and Hoppy Poppy, my stepdad. This season is dedicated to my parents. Indeed. Remember, I just want to tell you that I am not a professional grader. I am an amateur. I'm learning. And so are you if you're tuned in and into this. So, just know that this show is for entertainment purposes only. Yeah. And if you have any serious questions about the condition or value of your comic books, seek a professional. There are a few professional grading services out there. And go to your local comic book shop and ask questions. Speaking of our local comic book shop, the mission of this show is to get you to go to your local comic book shop and get some supplies, boards, bags, and the short boxes. Or long boxes if you want, or even hard plastic boxes. Whatever you want. Just I'm making the conscious choice not to spend my money on online deliveries with whatever services I might be subscribed to. I could be getting a price break. I could be getting a better quantity. I could be getting a better deal. And free delivery as well. Yet, it's more important to me to help keep my local comic book shop open in these days, where when they're gone, they're gone. I mean, they're going to go the way of the record store and the candy store. There will still be boutique shops, yes, but the comic book shops as we know it, that they're just, I think that they're a dying breed, and only we can help keep our comic shops open by buying our comics there, and especially our supplies. They've been marked up for retail. You know what? That helps keep the lights on, pays their rent, and you know what? Think of it this way: you're redistributing your wealth. Seriously, that is exactly what you're doing. So when you hear things about, fairness, equity, equality, equity, just about, making things equal in a financial sense. Well, that's not. Is that going to happen in our generation or not at all? But you can live up to that spirit. The spirit and intention of it by, what is my disposable income and where can I put it wisely? What is going to be the best place for that? For me, that's going to be spending it at my local comic book shop. And I love my local comic book shop. I actually got this here several years ago. They produced this sweatshirt. It's out of print. They don't make this anymore. This is like what's cool about being a comic book fan is you get really awesome gear. You do. Some comic book shops make their own gear. Mine does, and it just and also it's like there are several comic book shops, comics books shops. I said Kids Flash, and it really cracked up one of our constant viewers. Hello, constant viewers. Hi, everyone. Seriously, I love seeing you get all in the live chat. Like tomorrow, I'm going to a local comic book shop that I haven't been to in a while. I'm going to check out. I think I'm going to go to New England Comics in Quincy. Let's see if that happens. I mean, I haven't been there in a while. It's a bit of a hike for me, but I should try to at least do a grand tour. Maybe that was a good idea. You know what? One's in the chat or put it in the comments section. Would you like to see a grand tour of my local comic book shops? I literally, there are several. I mean, and I feel overwhelmed and blessed that and I'm going to my closest one, and the one that I've been going to for over a decade as well. Yet some places, aren't as lucky. I hear stories that it's an hour drive to my local comic book shop. And seriously, it's only going to get tougher and tougher when these shops close up. And we're only going to be able to get our supplies through the online supply chain and not the brick and mortar store. I don't know. I thank you for tuning in. You are great. I'm glad that you're here. Bonum ek no kikese. It means it is good for us to be here. And I just wanted to come back to this book. Look at that. Okay, we're gonna do the Office meme with what's her face and what's his face. Okay. It's the same picture. It's, can you... 1940, 2011. Action Comics number 20, volume 1. Action Comics volume 2, issue number 1. That's this. It's the same person. It's the same picture. I don't watch The Office, so it's not my. It's not my cuppa. Oh, awesome! Great cup of coffee. What are you drinking? That's what just put it in the chat or in the comments. Will you drink tea? I drink an herbal tea. I do. It's good for my bladder and helps me pee right. I'm getting older. I drink tea. Tea's fine. Actually, I grew up drinking tea. My Irish grandfather, he liked Salada tea. My grandmother liked Red Rose, and her sister, Helena, Auntie Lena, liked Tetley, and so on. And then my auntie Jojo liked berries, and so on and so forth. I like Salada. Strong, an extra bag, please. Milk, not cream. Whole milk. Sugar. And cookies. Little biscuits, little butter cookies, or the Peak Friends jelly-filled Yes. I grew up in an Irish house. We had tea in the afternoon. Seriously, I love tea. I love tea time. It really... But yeah, I was going through the long boxes, as we are. This is what we're doing in this show. I found from 2011 to 2013, because it's 19 issues, so that's... No, that would be 2011 to 2000 to late 12, depending on when this starts. So no, this is November of 2011 cover date. So the last one is cover dated May of 2013, and look at that. Okay, and here we go. This is an example. Why do we do this show? For a couple of different reasons. 1, we want to hang out. 2, we want to talk about comic books. 3, we want to be positive and not just fall prey to what are we pissed off at today? Hey, but we all watch those shows and we all met in those live chats. So we do share that sense of it too. But okay, look what I did to my funny book. Look what happened to my funny book by not having a board. This is fixable. This is, it's going to be fine. And look at the top of the bag by not properly sealing it. And look how the bag is kind of it feels like it's lost its integrity. Seriously, it just feels crinkled. It feels like it experienced heat. You know how plastic feels when you've exposed it to a hot air dryer, like a blow dryer. So yeah, so this is from late 2011 to mid 2013, we had the first arc of Action Comics in the New 52. And we have 19 issues in an 18-issue run. How and why does that matter? We're going to find out in a second. But before we start doing this, I want to look up the value of Action Comics Volume 2, number 1. Damn. I hope you're doing awesome. I hope you're clobbering your problems and not being clobbered by them. Wow! This is great! Okay. You see how it, that's how it looks? The rows, the grades. You see the grades, you see the rows. Now, this issue 1 that I have is in perfect condition. I'm going to call this a 9.2. And, yeah, I want to call it a 9.2. Yeah, what are you going to do about it? Huh? Put them up. But it's in great condition. I mean, there's a couple of spine rolls, to be honest. So this might be an 8. Let's call this an 8.0, because we got some dimples here. It just looks like it. I mean, the corners are great. The corners look fucking great. But yeah, the spine cracks are more evident on the ad side, but you see all the spine cracks. This is why, geez, it's just kind of like that moment where you should have listened to your mother and started investing, putting a little away a long time ago because it would be, you know what I mean. It would have been worth a lot more today if you'd done it yesterday. But this is perfectly, really good copy too. Yeah, I think there's one ding in the corner here. I can see a ding. I can see a ding. Today on I can see a ding. It's a ding. I see it. That's a ding. That's a corner ding. All right. So maybe I'll have to reevaluate that and go down to an 8.2 or something like that. But the book value of a near mint Action Comics Volume 2, number 1 is $14. I could probably get $10 or $11 for this. $3.99 at the time. Comic book. Yeah, I like that. Isn't that cool? Like when you see something like, hey, look, this kept its value in a way. Yeah, well, it not just kept its value. It climbed. It gained. But that's an issue 1. And that's like the whole game of the constant barrage of issues number 1, especially from Marvel and DC starting to do it too. We call it the Marvelification. $3.99 in November of 2011 would cost you $5.23 today. So the $4.99 cover price, and this was just a regular issue, no special cover, not extra thick. All the other issues from there would be $3.99. $3.99 remains the median price of comic books. What was that thing that they did? Hold the line at $2.99. Was that it, or was it $3.99? Okay, yeah. See, all these comics are $3.99. $3.99. Up until the last issue, which is $4.99 because it's a special, Ender. This is the last issue of it. I'm not too quite sure. Maybe there's some extra pages. But, let's see. In April of 2013, 2 years ago, DC launched a new initiative, Drawing the Line or Holding the Line at $2.99. After a series of 22-page comic books had risen in price to $3.99, while some remained at $2.99, DC decided to make a difference. Their comics would become 20-page comics, all at $2.99. Wow. I remember that, yeah. And it was after the launch of the New 52. I remember that. That was a while ago. Yeah, holding the line at $2.99. But the median price of comic books, according to Comic Run, has been $3.99 since 2012. It was $2.99 in 2011, and before that as well. 2006 to 2011, the median cover of all comics was $2.99, and then from 2012 until now, it's been $3.99. I wonder if it's higher now. I love Comicron. It's a great website full of data that you can just get into, and I'm not really even good at data. I just I know good data. I know what I'm looking for. Oh my goodness, I'm just running long in the tooth. We haven't even gotten around to bagging, boarding, and getting to it. We'll finish this up tomorrow. We'll do a part 2 of the Action Comics. But thank you so very much for tuning in today and hanging out and talking comic books. We're going to be talking about comic books every day for the rest of the year. So tune in tomorrow, 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern, and we'll find out who we're talking about when we turn the page tomorrow. Please like and subscribe. I would love to earn your subscription. We make daily content here. If you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, just do it right now. Please, it will be just like awesome. I make cooking videos. We talk about spirituality and gratitude, and we try to make a nice space here for comic books fans that we can just enjoy our love, our hobby. Thank you so very much. God bless. Namaste. Good luck, and we will see you again tomorrow in those funny pages. Ciao. Bye-bye.